What's up everyone, this is Sapphire and I'm bringing you another exciting replay. Now in this game we've got Ice spawning as the red Zerg and his opponent is NEXShine spawning as the blue Zerg. Now if you've been tuning in for the last couple of games you know that we're following Ice in his endeavors on the Korean server, so that's why his name is iceiceice instead of just Ice like it is on Southeast Asia. But he's up against NEXShine. Now Nex is another massive clan in the Starcraft 2 world. They had one of the best Terrans in the world played for Nex during beta. Artosis had some really epic games against that guy on the Korean server. And they've got Nex Genius, largely considered to be one of the best Protossers in the world. Haven't seen too much of NEXShine, but he's in Nex, so he's obviously really good. I'd say that they're probably about the fourth Korean clan these days. The SCV Life I'd put as number one, in my opinion, then OGS, then Prime, and then Nex. But that's still saying something. They've still got some really amazing players, so really interested as to what we're going to see here. Now, I don't cast a lot of Zerg vs Zerg, especially lately. Haven't had much of this matchup, usually because the games are boring, to be honest with you. It's because you just see some Banelings versus some Banelings, and you just have like a little area of the map where Overlords are positioned at various spaces to see exactly what is coming from your opponent, so you know where the Banelings are, you know where the Zerglings are being morphed. The aim of the game is to try and sneak into a pocket of your opponent's space, morph into Zerglings, and then do the double whammy drone explosions. And basically that's all it is. So not too many interesting games in Zerg vs Zerg, but hopefully this is a good one. This is from the Korean server, so we're interested to see what the Korean ZVZ builds are like, whether we're going to see Roaches, whether we're going to see Banelings. They're the two main choices for openings, but after seeing that Glade vs Slush, Zerg vs Zerg, all bets are off because they kind of redefined the matchup in a lot of respects. They completely went with fast expansions, defense, counter builds, run buys, all kinds of stuff. So really interested to find out what the this Korean Zerg is going to be like, and especially Ice. I want to see more of his Zerg vs Zerg because I really want to find out more about Ice after his really good showing in the Blizzcon qualifiers, and the fact he's going to Blizzcon to represent Southeast Asia. So really interested here. Next, doing a little bit of cheeky Overlord dancing there, always nice to annoy your opponent with. Going to pull it out though because there's going to be a Queen on the way. Already a couple of Zerglings coming on the way for NEXShine. That's interesting. Usually you won't get those Zerglings out just that quickly, but he obviously wants the scouting advantage. I have seen people open with just Zerglings when they go Roach, and we are seeing a Roach Warren. So this build I am familiar with. You go one lot of Zerglings purely to scout and to find out exactly whether your opponent's got a Baneling nest or not, and then you throw up Roaches, because when you go Roaches you're not getting Zergling speed. You see it's not here. You're not really making Zerglings other than this initial couple here, and you want to at least put your opponent on a little bit of edge because you're going to be sending Roaches eventually, but there's a big timing window where you don't have any units really. You've got those couple of Zerglings, you've got the couple of you've got your Queen, but you don't have any Roaches yet, and you come out in a wave of like 5 Roaches, and when those Roaches come out you're in really good shape, but you're a little bit vulnerable. So these first Zerglings just to poke around, just to give you a little bit of extra attacking power in accompaniment with your Queen. Now we are seeing a pretty standard opening here from Ice with that Baneling nest coming online now. He's really going to want to try and get into the base without being seen, but good positioning by NEXShine. NEXShine realizes that something is up. Interesting morphing spot. This Overlord is going to find it, and when he sees it, he's most likely going to send units to try and disrupt it. This first Roaches are out now, so not sure how successful this will be. These Roaches should come into this wall in front of these Zerglings and shut the door on this Roach, on this Baneling harassment. These Banelings really need to be morphed inside the base, so this Roach wall should be tight. Here's that group of Roaches. NEXShine should be just fine. Now the interesting thing is whether or not Ice still tries to go ahead with busting through these Roaches. The Banelings will do some damage to them, but they have 145 hit points and they're really going to have no chance of getting through there. So while this is going on, more Zerglings being produced, Evo Chamber going down for Ice, so looking like he's really going to commit to this Zergling build right now. A lot of players, when this will happen, will throw down an expansion and use their Banelings as a constant threat to make sure these Roaches stay on this wall, because if you can pocket your Banelings and then the Roaches, which are very slow off creep, are caught out of position on the way to your base, which is where the Overlords come in, you can actually sneak those Banelings in and constantly harass your opponent, so it can be used as a defense for that expansion. Looking like Ice is not going to do that, just massing a ton of Zerglings, getting +1 attack. Really wants to break this wall, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. There's just so many Roaches right here, and he's got those couple of Zerglings which should be out scouting now. But right now, Ice is going to fall behind in the lair tech, because NEXShine is pretty happy to sit on one base forever because he's got this Spire here, and once the Spire's out, it's going to be curtains for this attack for Ice. Ice is going to need to go to throw down some Spore Crawlers. He's got the double Evo, he's got the expansion, which is a little late. We are seeing an Overseer morphing in for NEXShine, which is very nice. He's going to be able to scout his base, see exactly what's going on in there. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a +1 timing attack from Ice. That's about 50% on the +1. I'm not sure what his plan is to get in there. He has no lair tech yet, no lair morphing, so really interested to find out what his strategy is here, because once these mutas come out, he's going to be in serious peril. And there's no chance of getting through. There's a ton of roaches. Creep being dropped there. He's got that lair tech. Here's the Overseer right now. Just going to scout this all out. Checking it out. I'm a bad boy Overseer. Now, if you can get an Overseer off in this position and he can save it, this is actually really bad for Ice. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. He's going to goop the hatchery right there, and that means he cannot turn it into a lair for that duration. And also, NEXShine is, if you had have kept it a little bit healthier, he can constantly run in and goop this hatchery and prevent him from getting a lair, and if he can delay a lair for long